probably spotted them all over, really. We're talking about abandoned properties attracting all kinds of problems.
In Albuquerque, there are hundreds of these troubled properties, and for years, the city has struggled to keep up with them. Well, tonight, foreign investigator Nathan O'Neill is asking if enough is being done.
You might call them the dump next door.
People are worried. They're scared.
Abandoned properties neglected for so long.
They're vacant. They're boarded.
They've become havens for trouble. Everything from crime to drug use to fires started by squatters.
Reports of supposed to be abandoned house, heavy black smoke coming from the roof, 6966.
On this day, Albuquerque City code inspectors visit a property that's been long abandoned in a neighborhood near Chico and Wyoming.
As you can see, you see a lot of illegal dumping here, trash. People dump furniture, shopping carts.
Inspector Christopher Romero tells us they routinely clean the place, but this mess popped up in just a matter of weeks.
We don't want children here, obviously. We don't want anybody here because we don't want anybody getting hurt.
This boarded up home is one of 4 properties the City of Albuquerque wants to demolish, calling them both unsafe and unfit to live in.
It's a waste to spend money on maintaining a property that nobody's going to take responsibility for.
Interim Planning Director Brennan Williams tells us demolition is the city's last resort after giving the property owner at least 1 full year to literally clean up their act. When it comes to these property owners, whether they're in state or out of state, how do you hold them accountable for what's happening there?
The most direct method, which is allowed under state statute and under ordinance, is to put a lien against the property for the costs that are incurred, and then the lien based on taxpayer dollars can be collected, can be foreclosed on.
4 investigates obtained data for all of the Albuquerque properties that are eligible to be condemned. And this map shows at least 260 properties that have been deemed unsafe. And all of those properties have been on the city's radar for at least a year. So why the delay? The city says it's prioritizing properties that attract crime and pose a danger to the community.
Albuquerque Fire Department.
House with the house. There's smoke coming out of the roof.
Abandoned properties are also contributing to a recent surge in house fires across the city.
Does somebody live there?
No, I think it's abandoned. I mean, it's boarded up.
With 874 structure fires last year, Albuquerque has seen a 21% increase over the last 5 years. The city often cleans up and clears out these blighted homes when property owners are either non-responsive or just can't be found.
So we've had this one cleaned recently. We've had it, boarded several times. So
in the past, the city would deploy the Safe City Strike Force to deal with the problem properties. But now, Mayor Keller has launched a new program called ADAPT, which relies on new data to target the worst 100 properties.
Data collection and the analysis that goes into this current program is much more strategic. It was a little subjective in the past, and the city was criticized for that. This approach is much more purposeful.
But change doesn't happen overnight. It often takes months, if not years, to deal with these substandard properties, which can be a nightmare for neighbors.
It's not enough to just put a sticker on a house and indicate that it's in violation of code. So it's about identifying these properties and then putting them out to market.
Still, city officials encourage the public to participate and report problems when you see them.
My ask would be that folks stay engaged and they stay involved in that, because from a community standpoint, it makes everybody's lives easier.
Next month, the Albuquerque City Council will vote on whether to move forward on demolishing those 4 properties we told you about a little bit earlier. But keep in mind, the city has hundreds of unsafe properties on backlog. And if you'd like to see where those properties are, you can check out our interactive map. You can browse through your neighborhood, even click on some of those properties, get some information there. We put it on our website, KOB.com. I'm Nathan O'Neill, 4 Investigates.